To the Eagle Court of Honor for Ethan Powers, please stand for your face on the colors.
Color guard, forward, march. Color guard, hold. Color guard, post the colors. Everyone please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard dismissed.
Scouts, please remain standing for the scout oath. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
I'll call up Bryson for the prayer. Everybody can be seated.
A scout observer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in life of Ethan Carlton. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendships, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we thank all of the merit badges earned along the way. The oath commits to the character Ethan has developed and the service to our community that he worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, year by year, he was faithful, and we celebrated his faith, commitment, and hard work. So we ask for your blessing on Ethan, his family, and who supported and encouraged him, and his fellow scouts who helped him along the way. Bless the scout leaders of Troop 202 and all those who are physically and our spirit continue to walk Ethan as he takes these next steps in becoming a scout and the person desires him to be. Amen.
At this time, I would like for Mason Griffin and Mason Peters to come forward to light the candles, and John Tucker to read the scout hall.
As we begin this Eagle Court of Honor and examine the Shroud Eagle, it is fitting that we start with the fundamental principles of scouting, the scout oath and the scout law. We have just joined together in reciting the oath. In scouting, as most activities of life, there are rules. The rules of scouting are found in the 12 points of the scout law. As the candle is lit for each point of the scout law, let us pay careful attention to the words and rededicate ourselves to the principles contained in those words. A scout is trustworthy. A scout tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. A scout is loyal. A scout is true to his family, friends, scout leaders, school, nation, and world community. A scout is helpful. A scout is concerned about other people. He willingly volunteers to help others without expecting payment or reward. A scout is friendly. A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those ideas and customs that are different from his own. A scout is courteous. A scout is polite to everyone regardless of age or position. He knows that good manners make it easier for people to get along. A scout is kind. A scout understands there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated. He does not harm or kill anything without a reason. A scout is obedient. The scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country. If he thinks these laws and rules are unfair, he tries to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobeying. A scout is cheerful. A scout looks for the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way. He tries to make others happy. A scout is thrifty. A scout works to pay his way and help others. He saves thinks for the future, he protects and conserves natural resources, he carefully uses time and property. A scout is brave. A scout can face danger even if he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him. The scout is clean. The scout keeps his body and mind fit and clean. He goes around with those who believe in living by these same ideals. He helps keep his home and community clean. A scout is reverent. A scout is reverent towards God. He is faithful in his religious duties. He respects the belief of others.
This is the voice of the eagles whose heights you struggle to reach. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look back over the cliff you have climbed. Look back at the experience you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten, and you should profit by making sure that the adverse ones do not occur again. The experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings. Do you remember when you took your first step upon the trail to become an eagle? All the while you were on the trail, we watched you study, and we saw you learn by doing. First, you were only a scout. With that first step, you began to grow physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the scout oath and law, and soon you would attend the tenderfoot rank. Once inspired by the spirit of scouting, you did not stay a tenderfoot for long. Putting simple achievements behind you, you quickly climbed to the rank of second-class scout. Some, like you, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You began to study more, you worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you topped the first summit on the Trail to Eagle when you received the first-class badge. There you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal clear stream bathed in the sun. Here you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live the first class glory, but your ambition stirred you on. We remember your advancement to Star Scout. The trail from first class to star rank was not as difficult as it seemed. This spurred you on, and again you climbed farther. The trail was steeper and less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be headed in your direction. You looked down and saw the crowds below you. You looked up and saw a few above you. And with the same determination which you started your climb, you continued up the trail. Gaining the next summit was not easy. Much leadership, service, and hard work had to be done. Soon you earned the badge of life. While the Life Scout is a much coveted position and deserves much credit, the Eagle Trail does not stop there. It still leads on to the summit. Its pathway narrows and steepens considerably as it winds its way along the narrow ledge. It becomes tougher and more trying. Many things have to be done in order to conquer these last miles. Additional merit badges were earned. Your leadership and service to others were tested through your Eagle Service Project. Only those with the greatest amount of persistence and courage are able to gain this little victory. You were on your way to Eagle. I am the eagle. I am prepared to stand for the virtues of freedom, strength, and pride. I am the eagle. I am prepared to serve my God, my country, and my fellow man. I am the eagle. I am prepared to stand for honesty, truth, and integrity. I am the eagle. I am prepared to lead others and to accomplish set tasks to the best of my ability. I am the eagle. I am prepared to cross all lines of race, creed, and nationality. I am the eagle. I am prepared to be self-reliant and resourceful. I am the eagle. I am prepared. Yes, we've watched your character unfold and become more manly. We've watched your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We've watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We've watched all these things in you, and now that you're on the threshold of your goal, we welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner.
The awarding of an Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion, the climax and the goal for which a scout works many years, an occasion for pride and joy, a time for serious contemplation. It is the culmination of efforts of the various leaders of this scout. The Eagle Award is the highest and most coveted rank in scouting, the last major step in the advancement program. Fewer than 2% of all scouts in the United States reach the Eagle rank. At this point, we trust you have achieved our purpose in the building of character, the training of leadership, and the practice of service. Careful examination has been made by the court as to the qualifications of this applicant for the Eagle Scout Award. Mr. Ethan Tarleton, proficiency in the various crafts and skills prescribed for the Eagle rank has been checked, and the records of merit badges earned by the Scout have been approved and certified by the counselors appointed by the court. The Scout has qualified on the basis of merit badge achievement. Eagle candidate Ethan Tarleton has earned 46 merit badges. He has demonstrated capacity and willingness to exert leadership ability in all activities. These activities are constructive and worthwhile in his community. The record has been checked in troop leadership, school affairs, and in other fields of work and service. He has demonstrated loyalty and duty to God and country. We believe him qualified to receive the rank of Eagle Scout. I would like to introduce Scoutmaster Matt Sheffield to present the Eagle Award.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you guys for coming today to support Ethan in this milestone in his life. As we gather today, we honor Ethan for his achievement in scouting, with the earning of the Eagle Badge. This badge may seem small in nature, but it represents really, really big ideals, those represented by the Scout law that we live out for the rest of your life. It's a symbol of hard work, dedication, leadership, and service. It signifies that any scout who wears that has met and overcome those challenges and obstacles that stand in your way. And it demonstrated the character that defines an Eagle Scout. Even earning the Eagle Scout is not something that just happens by chance. It takes a lot of hard work and determination that you're aware of. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a break so that we can revive ourselves to get across that finish line. It requires years of commitment, willingness to strive for excellence. I've known you since you were shorter than me, which wasn't very long, but he was a little shorter than me when I first met him when me and my older son joined the Cub Scouts. So I know he's been at this for quite a while. Your Eagle project is a shining example of his ability to lead, recognize the need, and lead others into accomplishing the satisfaction of that need. So Ethan realized at the elementary school he attended at Stanfield that there's no outdoor learning spaces, very limited, or there's outdoor spaces but not conducive for carrying out outdoor lessons. So Ethan created an outdoor classroom, which come with its own challenges. One of those challenges would be the fire code for Stanley County, or actually I think the state of North Carolina. fire marshal kind of rained on our parade a little bit, and we had to kind of pivot, but we did. We overcome those obstacles. The outdoor space that he created creates a versatile learning environment for people to go out of the classroom and get some vitamin D and some sunshine and do some interactive things, some experiential learning, as they might call it. Most of us do learn better with doing, right, with our hands. And Ethan's classroom is going to allow that to happen over at Stanfield. So I know that Stanfield is grateful for it, and he did a great job of that. But Ethan, today is not just about looking back at the past, but also about looking forward. As an Eagle Scout, you now carry a greater responsibility. That badge that you will wear, that you will get here in a few moments, is a reminder that you've been called to lead by example, to serve your community and your country, and to continue to strive to make the world a better place. Not everyone's always going to see eye to eye with you. You have to know how to handle that. I think you do. We've had to go through that with the Eagle Project. So with that, we'll get down to the business at hand that we've been waiting for. Ethan, I'd like for you to escort your parents to the front. All right. So we'll get down to the business of awarding you the Eagle. So Mom and Dad, we'll start with the neckerchief. So we'll take the open on. And thanks, Mom. We'll let you pin the medal on his chest. No blood. It's in the Ravens, so we know their first statement for business. Takes a picture. And as Rod had said, Ethan has earned 26 merit badges, which qualifies him for 3 palms, but I only have 2 in my hand because the Scout store ran out of silver palms, and I'm waiting for them to come in. I don't know what's going on there. There's just a lot of people getting silver palms, or they just grab a handful of them, not realizing that there are different ones. So we'll start with the bronze palm. You pin that in the middle. I will get you your silver palm, I promise. The silver one is the highest one, not gold. Gold is the second rank. Silver is the So, Ethan, as an Eagle Scout, I challenge you to accept the responsibilities that accompany the Eagle Scout badge. Your training and your experiences as a scout have prepared you to live a responsible, honorable, to live as a responsible and honorable and contributing citizen. I'll get it right, Paige. As an Eagle Scout, you will be looked upon to be a leader. That could be a vocal leader or a quiet leader. You work best in scouts, quiet. Ones from the side, which is okay. You do have influence by being that type of person. And I think you got it on this. Mom's having the same thing you do it from the sideline. It's great having those types of things. So in your daily life, I want you to live by that law and that oath that we have lived by as scouts. All the way from Cub Scouts to now. Continue that. Lead by example, serve with integrity, use your moral compass to guide folks. And in the real world, outside of this room, there are folks that will argue with you about, is your compass calibrated correctly? Then I think yours is. So don't stand down from that. Know your moral compass and hold true. Continue to seek knowledge and understanding so that you can better serve others. I challenge you to use your skills and your influence to create a better world. Whatever you do, remember that your actions now not only reflect yourself, but all Eagle Scouts and Troop 202 from this day forward. Remember, once an Eagle, always an Eagle. You don't tell people, I was an Eagle Scout, because you're still alive. I am an Eagle Scout. Are you willing to accept those responsibilities? Okay, good, because I don't want to take that. Congratulations, Ethan, on becoming an Eagle Scout. Wear that badge with pride and remember what it represents. Continue to lead the service. Congratulations.
I wanted to say, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sticking in. Been in Scouts for like 10 or 11 years now, since she was young, and so I have to take all the things that you learned and go out there in the world, spreading these. And I'm so proud of you.
Ethan, I also knew when you were shorter than me. We're very proud of this accomplishment, and Scouts has taught me a lot about life and the future. For your Eagle Scout project, I was very impressed with your ability to plan, design, learn, teach, and lead, but especially your ability to turn challenge into success, which will be important in the future. So, congratulations on your work.
I would now like to invite Travis Lauer to share some remarks.
I'll try to speak into this microphone a little bit. I'm honored to be up here today, to speak on your behalf. First off, today is all about Ethan, of course, but one thing I want to recognize is Ethan's family. Tara and Stephen have been in this scout troop with the Cub Scout pack since Ethan was able to be here. Every day. Tara, your mom's put in probably more hours than you have. But we're so thankful for y'all, and it takes that. That's what makes an Eagle, a family that supports them, and that's what it's all about. But back at the main attraction here, research. And so his Eagle project was pretty challenging with all the stipulations that the school had put on him. Well, really not the school had put on him, just the challenges that were at hand with the fire marshal or the fire codes and everything. You know how many times your Eagle project changed? Have you added them up?
Probably changed more times than the fingers on my hand.
Yeah. So I think you originally scrapped the first, let's say 10 times. So he got to the point where his Eagle project actually ended up at. And he come up with some other challenges. And one thing was the tables that he built. He built these it's a planter table. And he had this great idea to put wheels on it so the teachers could move it around. They could roll it out here so the kids could see it, and they would be able to just roll it around in this big concrete area that they had. And it's pretty close. I don't know, most of y'all may be familiar with the Stanfield School. And it's pretty close to a side street. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking around going, I said, Ethan, just think about you and your buddies being out here, no adult guidance. Where's that table on wheels going to go first? Down that side street, down the hill, he went, yeah. So he came back to me with a solution. We only going to put wheels on one end of it, so they got to pick it up and push it. And then he designed a little handle to put on the other end of it. So you got to pick up one end and push it kind of like a wheelbarrow in a sense. So Ethan, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He can solve some problems. And that's the scout way. Is solving problems with what you have. That's one of the things with scouting that we try to teach these guys. To work with what you have, use your resources, and Ethan does that with the utmost respect that you can imagine. You handed me your sermon and asked me to read it aloud when you were asked that you would not be there. I still don't know how you did it, but you tied that sermon to both the Reed goal line and our campout falls. Very impressive. And you're incredibly intelligent and very thoughtful individual, like many leaders, past and present. I've had the distinct pleasure of watching you grow up, step out of your shell, and become the fine young man you are with. As your scoutmaster Matt always says, no plan survives first contact.
I'm back here, but yeah.
So no plan survives first contact. That was all too true about your Eagle. It was exciting and ambitious, and everyone was eager to see it installed until it quite literally fell apart. And with that collapse, it felt like your motivation did too. It was like watching a scout with tent with a scout tent with no stakes. It looked great in theory, went up fast, and came crushing down with the first president. But I'm not saying that you quit. Let's just say that there were moments where you felt like you might not get there. And I stand here today saying once an eagle, always an eagle. And buddy, I make no apologies for the text messages, the emails, and yes, even the light country and the meetings about revamping your project and finishing what you started. I'm just thankful you didn't block my number. I probably deserved it a couple times. And speaking of first contact, I think your project collapse is exactly what Scout Pastor Matt coined the phrase. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it helped inspire him. And you gave him a case study in real time about that. But you didn't give up, you regrouped, you pushed through, you learned what every scout eventually learns. Just because a plan falls apart doesn't mean you have to. You've proven to everyone here today, and more importantly to yourself, that you are more than capable of accomplishing anything you set out to do. I'm so proud to have been a small part of your Eagle ceremony and leading you along the way, helping you earn some of those merit badges and all the camp house we all together. So thank you, Ethan. Congratulations.
Please forgive my ability to speak here. I've been overjoyed that I even have this crowd here to share this beautiful day. I've been waiting for this for 10 years now, as my mom has said. It's been a long journey, but I'm proud to say that I will always be an Eagle. And speaking of that, I don't want to make this speech wholly about how I got here, but I feel it's a great tale to tell the Scouts here, so they might also rise up to such heights. When my Eagle journey, I can summarize it into 3 parts. The first part was my years as a Cub Scout. My years as a Cub Scout taught me what it was like to be part of a community. Back then, I was even more quiet than I am now. And you couldn't be able to get a word out of me if you tried. But I always felt like I had people to lean back on, and especially my fellow Phoenix Patrol members, the ones that unfortunately dropped off on the way here. I owe everything to them, and they're the reason I'm still in Scouts. As I get to the second part, this was whenever I went to the troop. My first years, my years of advancement through the ranks. I started as a scout. I was really overwhelmed. I'll see all these older boys in there, saw eagle out, and I wanted to rise higher than I had before, and I thought, that's gonna take forever. It turned out to take forever, but that's besides the point. Then I learned about all the different opportunities that Scouts offers, whether it be camping, all these 46 merit badges I had to do all the paperwork for, and it was a great time to discover what I wanted to do the most. I got to delve into topics I thought I would never get to. I got to discover places, and I got to find more people that I can relate to. The third part of my journey is the one I'm currently concluding. The one that kind of has encapsulated my whole life journey, my life scout journey, up to now, to the Eagle. I realized there wasn't much progression to do other than lead my scouts, lead my fellow boys here to get higher heights, to even lead the Cub Scouts as a den chief. It was all to bolster everyone else. This is the time that it really settles in your mind that I will go places in the world. I have to do things. I have to be this person for other people. It's not just about going higher and higher, but lifting those other people up too. I start to realize that by the end here, especially with my Eagle project. My Eagle project, you couldn't tell already, it was pretty tumultuous. It took many drafts. It's taken a few redesigns, but I got there eventually. It was so nice to see these scouts here. I can see many faces here that showed up to my project. I see many faces here that either helped me during to do something, or just all the help in general. Even the scouts here, anybody that you saw either doing the candles or doing any of the rank candles, I chose them specifically because I felt they helped me the most. You saw Gary and Brett up there being my patrol members. I picked some younger scouts to help me during my project. I thank you guys so much, and thank you guys so much for coming earlier today too. Couldn't have done it without you. I just want to say that Eagle Scout is more than just a rank, more than just something to put on your resume, but it's a journey, and one I'm glad that I went on, and I would do all over again. With that said, I'll be always an Eagle.
Mentor pins.
I'd like to ask the two that shared remarks for me, Charles and Travis, to come up. I'd like to pin on the floor. I'll start with Charles first. Charles, I chose to give a mentor pin as he has been there during especially the most tumultuous times as I went from life to Eagle, pushing me all the way, and I really couldn't have done it without him, so I'll leave with this. Travis, I chose as he has been there throughout my whole project. He's invited me over, spent countless hours planning and helping to finalize everything that I put forth. He was always the voice of reason when I had an idea, and I'm extremely grateful. Not only that, but during my whole journey as a scout in general, Travis has always been there to help, and I couldn't have done it without him. As I said, I believe I know that.
Right now, I'm going to invite Bryson up to close us in prayer, please.
Scout observer. God, our Creator and Father, we thank you for the gift of scouting through which you have shaped young people to both servants and leaders. Today, we give special thanks for Ethan Tarleton, for the mentors and friends who have guided him, and for the hard work you have enabled him to accomplish in the earning of the highest rank of Eagle Scout. May you continue to guide him and all who's witnessed this ceremony today to do our duty to God and our country, to help other people at all times, to keep ourselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. May we all strive to live the ideals of scouting, to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. We also ask for your blessing on the food and fellowship that will follow this ceremony. May this meal nourish our bodies as this occasion has nourished our spirits. Bless the hands that has prepared it as well, and those who have gathered to celebrate Ethan's achievement. Amen.